Good afternoon and welcome to the Asian Midday Market Watch. Let's take a look at how markets across the region are performing. But we'll start before that with cryptocurrencies. We've got Bitcoin, which is at 36,704. It's down 0.14%. Ethereum is at 2,627. It's down 0.04%. Now, across the region, the Straits Times Index is at 3,156.35. It's down 0.97%. Bursa Malaysia, FBM KLCI is at 1,594.48. It's up 0.54%. The Nikkei is at 28,930.24. It's up 0.4%. The Shanghai Composite is at 3,601.24. It's down 0.65%. The Hang Seng is at 29,320.1. It's down 0.5%. The ASX 200 is at 7,208.7. It's up 0.93%. And the Kospi is at 3,225.04. It's up 0.1%. Now, we'll start with Australia, and its gross domestic product rose 1.8% from the last quarter on a seasonally adjusted basis for the first 3 months of the year. Now, this is according to official data that was just released this morning. Now, economists polled by Reuters actually only expected a 1.5 increase. Now, moving on to cross-Asian markets, Asian shares generally rose up to 3-month highs today, with global equities also holding to near record levels as a result of higher US manufacturing data in May, which cheered investors looking for signs of continued rebound in the US. Now, US manufacturing activity rose in May as pent-up demand boosted orders in a reopening economy, even though there is a shortage of raw materials and labor. Now, most investors will be watching US jobs data very closely for Friday for clues to the Federal Reserve's plans for policy in the coming weeks and months. Now, according to Carlos Casanova, senior Asian economist at Union Bancaire Privée in Hong Kong, he said that reopening expectations had overtaken concerns now about inflation. Now, moving on to commodities markets, prospects for a solidifying global economic recovery from the pandemic lifted oil prices, with Brent crude trading at its highest levels since March. Now, this is despite OPEC Plus alliance to hike output in July. Now, Brent futures rose 0.6% to just over $70 a barrel, and US West Texas Intermediate crude added 0.56% to $68 a barrel. Now, according to analysts at ANZ, the wait-and-see approach by OPEC is likely to see the market remaining tight for the foreseeable future. Now, the likelihood of additional Iranian oil hitting the market, however, in the short term is subsiding. Taking a look at the US dollar, it remains soft after a bump from the US manufacturing data, now reflecting a quickening global recovery outside of the US. The dollar index was slightly lower at 89.876, but it rose 0.11% against the yen to 109.57. The euro added 0.1 to close at 12223. Now, treasury yields, the US Treasury 10-year yield is slightly higher at 1.6181, up from 1.615 on Tuesday. And the policy-sensitive 2-year yield rose to 0.1505, up 0.147%. Now, gold, as a result of higher treasury yields, gold's appeals as a precious metal slipped below a near 5-month peak, which yesterday. Spot gold traded at 1,899.46 per ounce. Now, let's take a look at business news. China's Vice President Liu He and US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen held a video call about how the country's economic relationship is very important. Now, Yellen discussed Biden's plans to support a continued strong economic recovery and the importance of cooperating in areas that are within the US interest. Now, last week, Liu also spoke with US Trade Representative Catherine Tai for the first time since Joe Biden took office. Over in India, India is expecting to see a double-digit expansion in the 3 months ending June, but economists have cautioned that the data will not paint a full picture of the country's growth trajectory. Now that's it for BizTech's Asian Midday Market Watch. I'm Brian Fernandez. Check out www.biztech.asia for business and technology conversations. Please like our Facebook and LinkedIn pages and subscribe to our various platforms. Thank you for tuning in.